A recent survey was conducted about cryptocurrency, and 9 out of 10 people would consider buying cryptocurrency. However, one of the most important things that we can take from this specific survey is that although many have been interested in cryptocurrency, a third of all respondents said they currently own some, and although as many as 6 in 10 of those owners didn't quite understand their cryptocurrency holdings. So they're purchasing something that they might have an idea about, but they're not 100% familiar with everything, and they're just kind of shooting in the dark, a shotgun approach, hoping, hey, let's just see what sticks, essentially. So as cryptocurrency does get a little bit more mainstream, and as hopefully it gets a little bit less complicated out there, people will understand that this is a safer investment than they originally might have thought. Now, this recent poll was consisting of people across 17 countries. Altogether, it was 9,000 adults aged 18 to 64. Mainly for North America, Latin America, Asia Pacific, Europe, the Middle East, and Africa. 60% of them stated they did not understand the intricacies of digital assets to the full extent. And once again, most of the people that are interested, the greatest popularity was amongst the youngsters. So Gen Y, Gen Z, and nearly 50% of them stated they had owned cryptocurrency or currently owned it. Moreover, the younger generation views digital assets as a form of currency, while those aged 41 to 56 tend to think of them as more long-term investments. The recent trends in public polls seem to confirm the growing popularity. Well, of course, this is definitely going more mainstream. Now, as the price has been kind of teetering around $39,000, $40,000, popularity has drifted down a bit back again, but that's perfectly fine because this is coming in waves. So when Bitcoin is going to hit 100K inevitably, whenever that might be, obviously at that point probably we will have the most amount of attention we've ever seen on that. Every couple of years we have intense attention from the mass media, from institutional investors. Everybody wants to get on board, but the problem is if you're going to rush through everything, you're not going to fully understand what you're investing into it. Now, the most important thing is once it does become mainstream fully, absolutely fully, everybody's using it on a day-to-day basis. What about regulations? When will and what form will they come in from governments, from banks, and will certain countries ban cryptocurrency? Will it be extremely strict? Will it be laissez-faire? I'm sure every country is going to react differently. Now, surveys are notoriously skewed, so if you take a certain amount of data points, you're able to manipulate them however you'd like. Only 3% of the world currently owns cryptocurrencies. Now, 9,000 people may sound like a lot, but at the end of the day, it's not. And it could be that a lot of these people were chosen from a crypto convention or from a society where, yes, most of them are coming from better backgrounds financially. They have a lot more investment capital to work with, and regardless of age, most of them are familiar with cryptocurrency, where, as we know, the more money you make, the higher chances you're familiar with cryptocurrency and the higher chances that you own it. While someone who's barely making minimum wage, they might have heard about it, but chances are pretty good they haven't been investing in cryptocurrency. A survey by the Pew Research Center back in November 2021 said that 16% of adult Americans say they have personally invested in, traded, or otherwise used cryptocurrency. Nearly 9 in 10 Americans say they have heard at least a little bit about cryptocurrency, with 24% saying a lot, 62% saying a little, and 13% saying nothing at all. 16% have, 70% have not invested in, traded, or used a cryptocurrency, and then 14%, it says, did not receive the question. Which, okay, that maybe was part of the survey. Back in 2015, the same Pew Research Center asked Americans different questions that were focused exclusively on Bitcoin. At the time, just 48% of adults said they had ever heard of Bitcoin to any degree, and just 1% said they ever had collected, traded, or used it. Most of the people who say they were interested or used or invested in cryptocurrency were men. 43% of them were men ages 18 to 29. What's interesting is that when we do look at upper income, middle income, and lower income, most of it is obviously in upper and middle income. But when we look at race, the most common, at least for this research, Asian adults were interviewed in English only, and Asian Americans were the highest percentage of those investing in cryptocurrency. And it says family income tiers were based on adjusted 2020 earnings. Asian, Black, and Hispanic adults are more likely than white adults to say they have ever invested in, traded, or used a cryptocurrency. However, there's no statistically significant differences, by the most part, with household incomes, apart from a slight difference from the upper, middle, and the lower ones, the lower being the lowest of the bunch. Only 10% of women ages between 18 to 29 say they have invested in, traded, or used a cryptocurrency as of November. So very interesting to definitely take a look into. Obviously, as the years go by, we're going to have a lot more people investing into it. It's going to become a daily thing that's going to be normal for people, just like normal stocks to see on the news. Right now, it's kind of exciting, but with the way that the markets have been, people's excitement does tend to die down in these tougher times. But that's that for today. Have a great rest of your day. See you guys as always tomorrow.